the last of the frills, Possum.
The fire's out. Let's go.
Look out! Cannonettis!
Let me at him. Not too far to the old barracks now.
That was ridiculously lucky that that one shot killed him. If it didn't, that would have been... Oh, that missed, I think. No? Okay. Wow, okay. Well, this is going to be close to gold territory. I don't think it will be, but it could be. Because last run, I was really happy with it, and that was like, it was like a 310 or a 311, I think, finishing that. This was a 307, so. Yeah, okay. Goal. It was close. I think it was a slightly early split, but it's whatever. Because also, as subtle as it is, I also left the first area like maybe half a second or so earlier than usual. Usually it's around like a 45-ish when I get that first area done, but this was like a 44.
Hey there, Ty.
Hello, Ty. Hello there, Ty.
dinosaur? You're not one of them, are you? No, you're too small and fuzzy. Say, I've got some goo-goo juice. Do you want some? You don't look old enough. Tell you what, I do have something you might like. I found them while digging up some goo-goo berries. You can have them.
I was thinking greenish, not pink. boosting time again. Alright, there's one good one. There's two. Sort of. Not gonna bother with that low one. Go for the tree here. That was nothing. That was minimal, but okay. Man, if you chain these together, they add up really fast. Ooh, wow, that was really good. Whew, that end. I was expecting that would be like probably 2 seconds off because I missed a couple of those near the beginning of that second half, but jeez, those last two I got though. So this run's actually ahead of the last run pace just because I didn't get hit by that thing there. If I can get a good patch here, that would be nice too. If he could not trample me, please. Yeah, I'm trying to default myself to mute normally. And then just unmute when I have something to say, but... Oh my god, what is he doing? He's just walking in circles. So I'm trying to do that, but then I'm noticing sometimes I'm muted when I'm not expecting myself to, so I'm just gonna stop doing that, I think. I just like to be muted by default just in case anything happens on the background. Oh no, okay, I gotta be careful here. Good enough. The fight itself actually wasn't that bad. It was just getting hit, so I needed to be a little more careful at the end. I don't recall getting hit more than I normally would though, so I'm not really sure what got me down to low health there. I really should have like done the research on grab and forest before I started this run, just because like if that ends up being faster and this ends up being like the mid 109, like I'm gonna be mad because then I'm gonna need to do more runs. Unless it's a minor difference. Like I might just leave it as is then, unless someone decides to beat the run.
This is so humiliating. I'm hot, and I think this suit is full of fleas. But I need the money.
Because if it is any better, it's not gonna be anything super big. In my experience from like timing other routes or categories, grab is never as bad as it seems to be. Sob. got a bump there and it actually kind of helped me.
Me, I didn't do it. The Google juice was drunk when I got here. Hey, it's you again. You little orange furry dinosaur thingy. Guess what? They can look all they want, but they won't find me. No way. Say, you're not here just because you want stuff from me, are you? Well, I got news for you, pal. I ain't got anything to give. Nothing. Nada. Tip. Except for these. These are for you. I got some stories to tell. The things I've seen and the stuff I've done. It'd fill a book, it would. 2 even. Maybe 3 if you use big print. There was this time when this thing happened in this place I was at. Oh boy, was that ever an adventure. This person, I forgot their name, they had something they had to do something to. And I had another thing that someone else had to do stuff with. They sure were wild times. I like you, kid. Here, have these things I got from that person in my story.
This game already is all Steve.
Well then to you. Sir, do you like jokes? I do. Almost as much as I love Google juice. Someone told me this one during a hailstorm under a rusty tin roof. It was loud and I couldn't hear very well, but it sounded something like this. Blah 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 chicken, blah 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 bicycle, blah 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 blah. Excuse me, blah blah blah. Huge redback spider. And I said blah blah blah, close the blah blah tiny door. That cracks me up every time. Here, have some opals.
A really underrated part of that joke is the very small detail that it was under a rusty tin roof during a hailstorm. And this was much better croc wrestling. In fact, basically flawless. Yeah, that was really good.
Ah, my fuzzy orange friend returns. I think I'm all out of Google juice. Not good. You don't think they want my Google juice, do you? I won't let them take it from me. No way. I'll hide it real good, just as soon as I find it. Speaking of finding things, I found these. I know you like them, so they're all yours. That was you.
My favorite splits are the ones that are like see, I don't know why that muted there, because like I pressed the button only once, and yet I looked over and all of a sudden I was muted even though I was in the middle of speaking. Like, I definitely did not press that in the middle of me speaking, so I don't know. The splits that are like always minus 0.0. Oh no! Just as I was bragging about how nice that movement is last time. It was inevitable. I knew that would happen eventually. That's fine. If I get the next button first try, then it'll pretty much make up for that, and I probably will net. I probably won't net 0. I'll probably still lose time either way, but like, it'll come pretty close. See, that's the problem with that strat, is like, it's nice when it works, but if it doesn't work, you literally have no choice but to fall all the way down, because the way I jump means I can't land. I can't land on the way down and turn it around if I end up missing. But it is pretty quick to get back up there, so. It's like, of all the things that are risky in the run, that's probably like the least costly risk, but it's still annoying. At least I have a general idea now of what I was doing wrong with this button last time, so now I know that if it doesn't work first try here, I know to angle more to the right. And also if I hit the right button, that would be nice. I hit jump there for some reason. Ah, come on, are you kidding me? You get completely stun locked when that happens. Alright, that was fine. I knew that first one was gonna miss because I was angled up too much, but it wasn't worth trying to micro adjust at that point. Alright, so my guess here is probably gonna lose around 3 to 4 seconds. You'd definitely be in that range, might not be exactly that, but which doesn't sound like that big a deal, but this is one of the areas that I really depend on for time save. Okay, 3.7, that's exactly what I said. All of these 50% attempts have been basically the same thing over and over, where I'm basically sacrificing always having meh oil rigs in exchange for the minigames all being like really strong. Which is fine. It works out in the end. Nice if I could not get hit there, so I could break everything. It's just where they probably park their boats. Is that a term? Parking a boat? Like, is that a thing people say? Thought so. I was gonna say parking doesn't sound like the right word there. I have the wrong route sheet open, but I'm pretty sure I know what I need here. Sub. Don't need lifter. Need flame, frosty.
That's safe for me getting one for your birthday.
Oh yeah, that works. The implication there that the the father says when you buy one of those boomerangs and he says that saves from having to get one for your birthday, that implies that he's just like not going to get him anything now. Because like it's not saving him money if you bought him this, just buy him a different one. You're still going to spend money. And it's just never thought about that until now.
All this treasure, and I can't do a thing with it.
I also reset this segment, I think. Yeah, because I was kind of skeptical there of that 3 seconds, but oh my god, just like the Mega Ring, are you kidding? actually get this Megarang button hit thing, please. Perfect. I stumbled a bit on that button at the end, but so I might not save a whole lot here. Okay, well, it's something. It's better than losing time there, which is what's been happening a lot recently. Getting close to the part of the run that actually matters, though. Like, to get the time that I'm looking for, the ninjas to split needs to be good. At the very least, I need to, like, it's gonna be, let's see, how much time is there to save there? 33 seconds, so I need to save, like, about 20 of those-ish. About 20 of those, yeah. Maybe 20 to 25. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to match the really, really good Crocs I had a couple nights ago. Absolutely not. And that accounts for probably about 10 of those 33. Let's see what happens here. The Ninja Stew portion is actually not really the problem. The problem is what happens immediately after the Steve bit here. It's the only part of the run that actually kind of varies a bit.
Listen, if I give you these, will you go away?
Alright, do one Megarang hit, back to normal boomerangs. I'm going to focus on getting these in first this time. That'll make it a bit less crowded up here. Oh yeah, this is already going a lot better. That's fine. I'm very okay with this. Alright, this is basically exactly what I'm looking for. Alright, that was really, really good. I might actually save like 26 or 27 seconds here, maybe? Because that was really close to the really good Crocs the other day. But you can see, like, the difference it takes. Like, when I got really lucky a couple nights ago and most of them went in on their own, it saved me from having to do that movement, from, like, going to the front and then back a bit. I just didn't have to do that at all because they went in on their own. So that's the main difference. But, like, having to go up there and back is definitely safer, but you're automatically sacrificing those couple seconds. Because it's kind of like you're putting your hands up saying you know that's not going to happen, so you're just going to deal with it and walk forward. Instead of taking a chance. And when you take a chance, what happened 2 nights ago is what happens, where they just get too crowded and too close to each other. So, barring some really weird nonsense in Ninjas 2, this should be a good split. Ninjas 2 doesn't vary. Like, this is a consistent mission. Only a couple seconds varied. Come on. I love that the Megarang will even hit them while they're in the middle of jumping up. Like, That was literally exactly what I said earlier. 26 or 27 seconds. That was 26.7. That was just a complete guess out of the air. I would gladly take that. The problem now, though, is almost the entire rest of the run is gold splits now I'm up against, so I'm bound to lose a bit of that 44 seconds here, which is fine. My rough goal in mind was like something like a 109.30-ish, just a mid 109. Which means I have like upwards of 10 to 15 seconds that I can lose here and still be in that range. Yeah, that too. I could just get more golds as well. I'm not expecting to, though. I don't know why he fell there. I'm gonna miss this cycle, or am I good? Okay, good, good. I don't know why he fell there. Just completely ate my jump input. There's also the fact that at any given point, any of these runs, the beetle can just be bad with the stupid camera angle thing. So I always worry about this a little bit too, because it's something you have no control over. Oh my god, really? Complete cockblock. It was like the exact same second I fired.
Secret place. Only Steve Soros who knows the Google chant can be here. Google, 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 go.
Google.
Shaka, waka, waka, whoa. Stick a finger in your ear and yell out Google loud and clear. I guess you know the chant now. Well, you can stay. Just be quiet, okay? And don't tell anyone I gave you these.
The whole area is terrible. Both in... the Frosty Ring just has a really, really short range, so... The Frosty Ring is a short range, and it's also just not a normal thing for the boomerangs to target, like, platforms and lava. Like, so it's really sensitive. And also, the game loves to eat your jump inputs on the edge of those things, which is why I hit the lava there. So that's why, if you notice, I'm always taking like a quick, very quick step back before I do jumps in those areas. I was wondering what the munch was. Oh. Why did the camera start this direction? What the hell? That almost made me die, because I don't normally start with the camera that direction. I've suspected before that, like, entering this mission, the camera angle will depend on, like, what direction it is when you're tie and about to enter, but... Oh my god, what? Oh, there goes the run. I'm mad. But also, I'm a little suspicious here, honestly. The map seems kind of weird. So this is not a terrible thing to me, because I'm pretty sure the grub grab thing saves time, which means I'm probably going to be stuck doing another run anyways, so this is not a big deal. I'll still finish the run, because I want to record the run regardless, but that's going to eat pretty much all the time save, I think. That's interesting. That didn't cost anywhere as much as I was expecting it to. I think that might have been one of those segments that had a goal that I erased last night as well. Like, in fact, it probably is. That's not good though, because that means that in reality I should be an additional 10 seconds above where that is, just by default. Just purely from doing this run. I mean, doing the route. Which means that earlier when I was saying I had like 16 seconds to spare, to still be in like the 30 range, it was actually more like 26. Let's keep that in mind for next run, that this is basically a free, probably 10-ish, 10 to 15 seconds there. And also, it's entirely possible I'm gonna fall in Outback Oasis here. Because I had the strat last run where I kind of glowed, not glided. Is it glided, or is glowed a word? I'm gonna go with glided. I glided over the rope thing that tends to make you fall a lot, and that was better. But I don't know yet if that's like consistent. So I'm gonna go for that here, but I have no clue. Like, I might still fall anyways. I might have just gotten lucky last time. So I'm actually kinda glad the run's not top tier now, just because I didn't really want to take that chance on a run that was that good. Whereas this I can kinda throw away, sorta, if it needs to be. that cycle's so annoying. It always seems like it's just barely doable, and it never is. Oh my god. That one too. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm not going in here with any expectations. This is more of like a trial run of a new strat. I still have to wait on this thing to spin around anyways. Alright, that does work. Oh my god, this cycle's way off. Where is it? Okay, so that works pretty consistently. I feel like that cycle was not like in the same spot it was last time though, so I don't know if that's from movement earlier in the level or if it's like kind of random.
It's you again, you funny little lizard guy. How did you find me? Never mind. As long as they didn't follow you. They didn't follow you, did they? That's good. Can't be too careful. Look what I've been collecting. I found them lying all around the place. I don't need them, so they're all yours.
So that was another one of those segments I reset last night, I guess. This is why I'm finishing this run regardless, because I wanted to get all those, like, quote-unquote fake golds just done and out of the way, so I don't have to keep being surprised by them.
Wakamomo, wakamomo, wakamomo. Yep, I'm doing my wakamomo dance. You know why they call it that? Because I say wakamomo while I dance. Except I can't dance. Or sing. Something smells in here. I think it's you. You should go now. And take these with you.
So as long as I'm doing my time math correctly, this is basically 109.34 pace. So I'm still in that 30 range I was looking for. So most likely the way I'm going to look at this run is if the grab and forest thing is actually faster, then I'll definitely keep doing more runs because I want to get that. But if that's not any faster, then I'm probably going to leave the category alone after this run. Just because at that point, like, the only major time saves I would have would be for maybe 10 or 15 seconds PB total, and I really don't like doing grinds for just that small amount of time. Because when you're grinding runs specifically for only 10 or 15 seconds, that's an extremely small window of error that you're allowing yourself for. And like, oh my god, get out of the truck! So like, as much as it's doable, I would much rather just go to a different category at that point. Now it's gonna be like 36 now or something because of that stupid truck thing there. I'm gonna try and go for the cycle here because it was actually really close last time. Yeah. Didn't think so. This is gonna be cutting it really close though. No ledge grabs there, that's good. Oh my god, that scared me. The game has crashed in Never Never before. Multiple times, so... Swim faster, Bunyip. Alright, and let's see what happens. I don't know how long this speech is.
And it's very hard to do you showing up all the time. For all I know, they could have followed you here. All I want is some peace and quiet. Is that too much to ask for? Is it? Look, if I give you this, you'll promise to leave, okay? Here you go.
Okay. I was right, 36. Because of losing about 1 or 2 seconds on that there. Okay. Right now, I'm going to turn off my hotkeys for splits, so that way when I go to the pause menu here, it doesn't undo the splits. There we go.